about time. What's going on?
Rumor report, rumor report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, E! is releasing a true Hollywood story, and one of the episodes is about Cardi B. Now, she posted on social media, "I love E! and I've always been grateful for all the love, but I did not approve of the E! Hollywood story. My life is my story. How can someone tell my story without asking me? But hey, maybe the story will be good. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it. However, I would love to tell my story myself when I'm ready. I've been through and been influenced by a lot of bad ish since a teenager. That when I'm ready, I'll be willing to talk about it."
Yeah, I really will never understand how legally networks are able to do that. A network can create a whole false narrative about a person based on how they feel or things they've heard and read, but none of it is facts. How you going to call it a true Hollywood story if you're not talking to the actual person?
Or the family in person, right.
Forget the
new
family,
season
too.
starts Monday, March 15th, and not only Cardi B, but Jay-Z, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Laverne Cox, and more will be airing.
Yeah, forget the family, too. Family will lie, too, just for a buck.
I mean, when people pass away and they do these true Hollywood stories, you know what I mean? Like, at least speak to the family before you just do things that you feel or that you heard.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what it's like. I'm sure she's going to learn a lot about herself that she didn't know.
I'm going to learn a lot about myself that I didn't know.
All right, Lena Waithe is launching a record label with Def Jam. It's called Hillmangrad Records, and she announced this yesterday. She said music and storytelling have always gone hand in hand, and I think that's because musicians are the storytellers we love the most. At Hillmangrad Productions, we believe in identifying and amplifying new talent, and we want to continue to do that in the music industry.
Interesting. Whoever Lena puts out going to have a mean sneaker game. That I know.
Mm-hmm. All right, now Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak will actually be performing at the Grammys. You know, they were really going hard to make sure that the Grammys had them on the lineup. Bruno Mars had posted, "Dear Grammys, if you can see it in your hearts to allow two out-of-work musicians to perform at your show, we would really appreciate it. We just released a song. I could really use the promotion right now. We have a lot riding on this record and the Pelicans game next week, but that's another story." So Silk Sonic will follow all safety protocols. He said, "We haven't been able to perform for a while. We just want to sing. We'll send in an audition tape and take as many COVID tests as we need to. I promise we won't be extra." Well, looks like it all worked out, and so they have been added to that lineup.
Now, when is Silk Sonic album dropping? They was on Breakfast Club last Friday,
week.
and they put out that single. What's the single called? I thought it was called Bruce Leroy.
Leave the door open?
Leave the door open. When is the album dropping? Do we know?
They haven't said yet that I know of. So, yes. But listen, great performers. So I look forward to seeing them perform.
Absolutely.
And I saw the Grammys tweeted them back like, "Did you guys change your number?" So looks like it's happening. Now let's talk about Stacey Dash. She is walking back on some of the things that she has said politically. And she said she's not that person anymore. And she's also quit politics. Here is Stacey Dash talking about it.
I've lived my life being angry, which was what I was on Fox News. You know, I was the angry, conservative black woman. And at that time in my life, it was who I was. And I realized in 2016 that anger is unsustainable and it will destroy you. What people don't know is that I made a lot of mistakes because of that anger.
And this was on Daily Mail TV. Now, she also talked about Joe Biden and, you know, she was a big Trump supporter before.
Being a supporter of Trump has put me in some kind of box that I do not belong in. I don't hate anyone. I don't know where that comes from. And, well, he's not the president. So I'm going to give the president that we have right now a chance.
Yep, sounds like the phone rang and someone was on the other end saying, "Wake up, nigga." One thing about that nigga wake-up call, at some point the phone with the N-word on it will ring. And what's sad is so many people like Stacey Dash who are performative, and now that Trump isn't in power anymore, it doesn't benefit her to keep the performance up. And whatever act she was selling, she has to maintain that in the real world, and that's not even who she is. But
well, she said, I think the Capitol riots were appalling. She said, when that happened, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm truly done. Because senseless violence of any kind I denounced what happened on January 6th was just stupid and appalling. She also, by the way, is playing a doctor in a new anti-abortion movie, Roe versus Wade. And she said the movie stance on abortion meant producers struggled to find locations that would allow them to shoot. and the premiere was reportedly shunned in Hollywood. And she also said she's basically been blacklisted. She said being a Black conservative is not easy. The idea that people think I'm coming from a place of judgment with the things I believe, no, it's experience. I'm from the hood. She said the codes of the street are very conservative. If you're not a hustler, if you don't know how to hustle, how to make your money, you're a lamb for the slaughter. If you have a gun and someone tries to take your gun, not good things are going to happen to you.
Well, that's what happens when you pick a side. When you pick a side, you got to stay there. Not necessarily because you want to stay there, because people will keep you there. So that's what happens when you be on the wrong side of history. And it's just weird when people say, the Capitol riots is what opened my eyes. As if Trump wasn't stoking those flames for 4 years.
That's crazy.
But
All right, well,
God bless her.
that is your rumor report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Now we got front page news coming up. What we talking about?
Yes, and we are going to talk about Wisconsin Republican Glenn Grothman, what he said about Black Lives Matter not liking the old-fashioned family.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.